Hi guys, so in this video I'll be talking about how I bought and swapped my budget 0.3 Ethereum team and what are the flaws of each of them and how to improve. So this is my first ever team that I bought in Axie Infinity, which consists of Plant, Bug, and Bird. So Plant at the front lane with Pumpkin, Serious, Hotbot, Parasite. So this is sort of like a discard team that I thought would be very good. So this is the Plant, and this is the Bug, and lastly this is the Bird. So the strategy for this is having Plant at the front lane to tank and also deal some decent damage, and then after that I have the mid lane, which is the Bug, and this has Pincer, Parasite to discard their cards, and as well as the Tiny Dino to deal some damage to their plants or at the back lane, right? And then lastly we have the Bird, which has double talk and the classic pigeon post eggshell post fight. So this is the classic double talk that deals a shit ton of damage at the back lane. Usually it leads to the 1v1 situation where the Aqua has a koi and it gets through my Bug very easily, and then buffer with Aqua to be faster than my Bird and then one shot my Bird after that. So another major problem this team has is I think too much when it comes to the late game that I forgotten about the early game. So things like Tiny Dino deals 150% damage after round 4, but that scales at the late game, so having this at maybe the back lane or just more damage overall would be nice. So the discard strategy is usually towards the later game where there will be like 2v2 or maybe 3v2 in my advantage. So with this I get to discard their cards with 2 left, because usually when you have 2 axies left in your team you usually have lesser cards. So this increases the chance of discarding the more useful cards on the enemy team. And also the last 2 problems that I'll be talking about is the backlane Bird. Usually they backdoor my Bird, kill my Bird, and then I'll probably lose after that. And the last problem is that it is extremely hard to play because discarding cards, you have to count cards, you have to count energy. There are many things to take into consideration, so this is a very hard team to play. So moving on to the second team that I swapped out, I sold my Plant and also my Bug to acquire another Plant and also an Aqua. So this is my strategy when it comes to the team. So I have, of course, the backlane Bird, and then mid lane I have the Nemo Aqua with dual blade. So the strategy for this is to kill through the tank easier, and then I get to kill the rest of the team. And then I have the Plant that I talked about in the previous video, and this is a pretty huge problem that I think it's very important. Okay, so because of the team that I face, usually I have problems against backdoor birds and also koi aquas. Again, same problem as the previous team. And so this is where I thought this would be very helpful, because I can use Toothless Bite, which is usually the case at the back lane, to kill through their backdoor birds or koi aquas. But the problem is it deals 2 less damage, that one combo is not enough to kill, and this caused me to lose the game because I used too much energy and they still have low health, which isn't an issue because they can go first and then kill mine. So this is my final team, which is the classic tank that deals damage and has decent shield, and this is my mid lane Aqua with Nemo and dual blade, same as the previous one, but this one now has 55 speed. And lastly my back lane, which is a double talk and a koi with decent damage as well. And the only beast card I have is Furball. I think it's not that good of a card because there are way too many disadvantages, such as not comboing well with double talk because of the Furball's multi-hit, and as well as the poison ticks, the last stand ticks, all those things. Multi-hit is kind of a disadvantage for me. But this also is 55 speed, so this is pretty decent. This prevents the enemy backdoors. So if you have mid lane that is equal or faster than your back lane, cards like Little Owl will target the mid lane instead of the back lane, which is what you want. And the strategy here is to have beast cards to kill through the tank easier, and then I can work through the rest of the team much quicker. So the problem I face for this team is also the classic double aqua. The reason why is because I do have speed up potential, but with 57 speed aquas, they're usually faster, and if they have things like goldfish, I am put at a disadvantage when it comes to speed at the 1v1, as well as not having a tankier mid lane. So the problem here is not having things like sponge at the back instead of the cupid here. Having a high shield card would make them not one-shot your mid lane easier, which leads to an easier 1v1 because you can stack the cards at the back lane, so people have to two-shot your mid lane aqua and then move on to the back lane, which already has speed up and as well as the card advantage. So for swapping teams, I actually lost money because of the fees that Sky Mavis actually implements when you buy and sell axies. And another thing that I lost money is because of this plant. I had to top up extra to buy this plant, so I had to get like around $30 extra to buy this plant after selling my whole team, and that leads to the gas fees that I have to pay. So if you guys are wondering what are the gas fees for the bridge of MetaMask to the Ronin wallet, you can visit axie.live to check the prices of the deposit withdrawal of Ethereum and etc. So it actually costed me $70 just to deposit my Ethereum to the Ronin wallet. So in conclusion guys, I think researching a team well enough and sticking to a safer approach before you actually go into the more riskier and less meta teams is actually better, because you won't go through the hassle of mine to just like sell and buy a new one to replace. And that's it for the video guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my progress for the team. I'm looking forward to climbing higher in MMR, and yeah, that's it.